What's happening, everybody? Beautiful morning today. Topic we're going to talk about. You see the title of the video. I don't have time. Biggest lie that exists in fitness. And any people that are trying to go to the gym, this is the most common excuse that I hear. It's the most common excuse you see everywhere. It doesn't even actually only apply to gyms either. It applies literally to everything in life. What does I don't have time mean? It actually doesn't mean, that I don't have time. That's not what it means at all. It's a complete lie. What it really means is whatever I'm being asked to do or whatever I know that I need to do, I would much rather do something else. That's what that means. I don't have time literally is just you saying I don't give a shit enough to put the effort in to whatever I'm being asked to do. That's all it is. The amount of times I have people tell me, hey man, you look great. I want to get in the gym. I want to look like you. How do I get like you? What do I need to eat? What do I need to take? What workouts do I need to do? How much cardio do I need to do? How many sets do I need to do? And then I answer them. And then I always get the answer, I don't have time. That is the quickest way to pretty much make it to where I'm not going to help you at all. I'm going to tell you one time that yes, you do have time. And if you try to tell me a second time that you don't have time, we just ain't going to be able to work together, bro. And that's just how it is. Because you do have time. You do have time. When people tell me this, I'm like, all right, well, let's sit down. Let's sit down and actually talk about this. So even at a base level of working out, all it takes is like 45 minutes. You can get a great full body workout in 2 to 3 times a week in about 45 minutes time. That's all you need to do. You don't have to go 6 days a week. You don't have to go 7 days a week. You could just do like 3 full body workouts starting out 45 minutes. Then that's when they're going to go, man, you know what? Like, I don't even have 45 minutes. All right, well, let's sit down. Let's look at your day. All right, let's look at your day. Let's see where you're at. So let's give the benefit of the doubt and say this guy's working a 10-hour shift. All right, we'll at least give him that grace. He's working 10 hours. All right, so you're working 10 hours. Okay, so what time do you get up? Well, I have to be at work at 7. Okay, that again. What time do you get up? I get up at about 6:30. Because it's only like a 10-minute commute away. I'm like, okay, all right. So all you need is 45 minutes, okay? What do you do after work? So I have 7, 10-hour shift, what, 5? Yes. I get off of work at 5. I'm like, all right. What other obligations do you have? Well, I have a girlfriend, I want to spend a little bit of time with her, at the end of the day. I'm like, okay. What's spending time with her look like? Well, it's, she cooks dinner and we come home and we watch Netflix for an hour. Okay? All right. So you get up about 6 o'clock or 6:30. You work 10 hours. You have about an hour and a half. Let's say about an hour and a half to watch whatever you're going to watch. All right. So now we're at what? 12 hours and let's imagine you're getting your 8 hours of sleep. You got what? 4 hours left of time. What are you doing in this time? Well, I have to get home. I have to, and then I wind down for work for a little bit. How long does that take? Anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, what are you doing in this wind down time? I'm listening to music. I'm eating a snack. I'm playing Call of Duty or whatever video game they want to play. I'm playing a video game. Okay? So there's 3 hours left. What are you doing in this 3-hour time? Now, at this point, usually they can't answer. And usually that task that they're saying they spend an hour on, playing a video game, reading, music, watching TV, Netflix, whatever it may be, they're actually doing that for the rest of the fucking day. Okay? Majority of the time, those dudes, that's what they're doing. Okay? You have all the time in the world. You just choose to play your video game for 1 hour less, go to the gym, get it done. But you're choosing to do the video game instead because let's be honest, it's more comfortable. It is what it is. But you got to get your shit done. Now let's do a different scenario. Let's say we got a busy mom or a busy dad. Okay, they work a 12-hour shift, hard working, right? 12-hour shift. Their kid, they have 2 kids. They play sports. That takes up almost all of their evening. All right? But they go to bed at like 11 o'clock, midnight, whatever it is, because they need to wind down after they put the kids to bed and everything, okay? Or just lock in, wake up. In that scenario, all you have to do is just get up an hour earlier, go to the gym, hit the gym, come home, start your day. But no, they would rather spend an extra hour up at night doing whatever random task that they want to do. Again, it's all just choosing to do something else because you don't have any priority in it yet. Well, let me tell you something. You need to prioritize your health more than anything else. You need to prioritize working out and fitness over everything else. And I'm not saying you need to be jacked. I'm not saying you need to be lean. You need to be super low body fat. I'm not even super low body fat right now. But I look better than almost everybody, any room that I walk into, okay? Is what it is. But you don't have to be that way. The reason why health matters and the reason why fitness matters is the dividends it's going to pay later on down the line is worth the effort is worth putting the work in now and making time for it now. Because I'm telling you, what you do not want to do is wait until you don't have time anymore. Wait until you have a health issue. Wait until you got heart disease. You're starting to develop heart problems. Your cholesterol shit. You're just whatever the plethora of diseases that come from being a fat piece of shit. Majority, and I tell everybody this, majority of diseases that people have are self-inflicted through shit diet and no exercise. That's all it is. You can fix that issue. My example, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, supposed to be type 1, when I was 16 years old. Okay? I was taking insulin. I was taking pills. It sucked. I had to extended release, the Lantus insulin at night, and I had to take Humalog insulin throughout the day to eat because I was so fat and my diet was shit. I ate ramen, pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, Chips Ahoy cookies with a shit ton of milk, and that was my entire diet every single day. All right? Blood pressure was sky fucking high. I was like 250 pounds, which for somebody who is 5'7" is really heavy. Did I get morbidly obese? No, but I was on a fast track to getting there. But when I got diagnosed with diabetes, I went into diabetic ketoacidosis, okay? And for anybody that doesn't know what that is, the easiest way to explain it is your blood basically starts to become acidic from how it was explained to me. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. But what I can tell you, it was the worst experience I have ever had in my life. I do not ever want to relive that experience ever again. I was hallucinating. I felt crazy. I felt like ass. I had dry mouth for like 6 months. I was super dehydrated. Started losing weight, but not the good way. Almost died. I was in a hospital for 2 weeks. It took forever for me to recover. And the doctor was like, you damn near went into a coma, bro. So that alone, I went like 2 years listening to the doctors and listening to what they were telling me to do. You don't have to exercise. You don't have to do this. Well, they told me being active is good, but they didn't prioritize it. They didn't really beat it into my head. And I listened to what they told me to do, which was just take the insulin and continue eating how you were because this insulin will help you control your blood sugar, which is true, but is it good for you? No, because they want you dependent on that shit for the rest of your life. You want to know how you don't become dependent on that shit? For medicine that costs hundreds of dollars a month? For majority of people, you take care of yourself. I started working out. I educated myself on nutrition myself. I got the nutritionist certification. I started doing the exact opposite of what they were telling me to do, which is go to the gym every day, or at least on a frequent basis, and watch what you eat. Learn how slow digesting carbs work. Learn how fast digesting carbs work. Learn how just eating straight sugar water or drinking sugar water or eating high sugar foods is the worst thing that you could fucking do to yourself. Okay? And if you're going to do that, control it by consuming more fat to slow down the digestion. It's not hard to figure it out. And I started following that. Magically, it didn't even take a year. It took like 8 months. After like 8 months, my blood sugar levels got so good that my doctor was like, oh, maybe you're type 2. So she took the insulin off of me. And then I was only taking the pill. But then after that, even the pill was fucking me up. So I was off all of my medicine in like 8 months. And I lost a shit ton of weight. I lost like 100 pounds. And the only thing I did was start working out and eating good. And you want to know the one excuse that I never made? I don't have time. I played Call of Duty 3-4 hours a day. Still made sure I got to the gym on time. Every single day. Because that was my mission. Now, luckily, I found out that I actually have a love for this shit. And I feel great. And my life sucked in every other aspect. So I had a great time when I was in the gym. So I ended up becoming obsessed with it. You know, start taking it serious. The powerlifting, the bodybuilding, all that stuff. Start taking it all serious. It was a great time. I wish I could relive that part of my life. Not the diabetes part, because that sucked. But I wish I could relive, you know, growing in the initial phase, getting into lifting. It was the best time of my life, and I would do anything to relive, you know, those years from like being like 19 to 25, where I was just exploding in strength, you know, and size and everything. And that was when I was the most locked in before I got in a stupid, toxic relationship that derailed me. You know, I'm back on it though. We back on it, right? But I give you that story because my reason to prioritize going to the gym and making time for it is I damn near almost died. Okay? Luckily, I had it at a very young age. It happened to me when I was 16. Sometimes that don't happen. Some people live shitty lives for a long ass time. They'll spend 20, 30 years not taking care of themselves. Now they're in their 40s, and now they have high blood pressure. They have heart disease. They develop type 2 diabetes. You know, just everything starts going downhill. And then they cause irreversible damage to themselves. And then by the time they actually want to do anything about it, they're fucked. You know, because the damage is done. Yes, you can work out and really change your trajectory, you know, and add some years to your life. But now you're fucked. Okay? The dividends for taking care of yourself and making time to do what you need to do with your health is you won't have that many medical bills to pay. You won't have to be dependent on medicine every month. You're not spending all this stupid money on doctor's appointments and medications. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it's going to cure everything. Some people have legitimate, you know, medical problems that need medicine that fitness can't take care of. You know, that being healthy just can't take care of. Some people get dealt shittier hands than others. Majority of the time, though, most diseases people have and most diseases they develop, they're self-inflicted through shit diet and not exercising, choosing to do anything else but take care of yourself, which is wild to me. I don't understand that. I try to get people to understand this as fast as possible. It's the most important thing. Nothing matters more than your own health. I do not care. I don't care what it is. It does not matter. I will even go as far to say your kids do not take priority over your health. They don't. And I'm not saying don't take care of your kids, because that's how some of y'all are going to take it. What I'm saying is don't use your kids as an excuse to not take care of yourself for 45 minutes. That's what I'm telling you to do. Don't do that. Don't use your children as an excuse. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you, because you're going to die early. They're going to lose their parents early. Okay? Take care of yourself. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Hopefully, I got the message across. I feel like I walked out of frame a lot. I was very animated this morning. I'm hyper this morning. Drank a lot of coffee. But I'm going to talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. You have time.